right, we are back here at FOX59. After that fire alarm went off, false alarm, building is still intact. Everybody's good. While we're taping this show, Indy Now is also taping. I would suspect that they probably had a cooking guest and something probably didn't go right. I don't know. But everything is good, so we are back. So we do get to have a few more minutes here with Dr. Nicole Carey from Cradle Indy. First things first, we didn't get a chance to give information out on where people can reach out to you guys.
Yeah, so the email currently is info@cradleindy.community, and that is for people who want to refer their own services, people who want to have information about what services are available, care providers, everyone who please email us, get in contact with us. We have monthly meetings that we're going to have community come out to, and so we would love to get you into our network.
Dr. Carey, we were saying that there's also a emphasis on that still needs to be had on Black and brown families. I wonder what challenge you are facing, both from the government side and the philanthropy side, when the government is saying, no, you can't do things specifically for Black and brown people. You can't have initiatives that are only for diversity, equity, inclusion, can't be in your grants. And so how can, I know there are places that are like, forget that, we're still going to give you money, but the government is actively saying, no, you cannot give money based off of these terms. But you're saying, we got data, we've got everything we can tell you that says we need to have an emphasis on this group of people. How do you work through that?
Well, I might have an unpopular answer for you, but when I started my graduate school, the reason I went back to school is because I know that DEI work, the way that it was happening, doesn't work. If you call something DEI and you design a program this program is for Black people, unless it is designed in a way that, how do I say, that it is a service that is exclusively for Black people, that kind of design does not work. And the reason that I'm saying that is because it does divide folks. It does create this conversation of separation. And we as a community are all connected. We're interconnected. So I like to think about designing at the margins. When you design for communities, when you create programming, when you fund for the most vulnerable among us, that takes care of the entire community. Doulas are great for everyone. So advocating for doula service, advocating for more representative doulas, and creating those trainings, creating those possibilities will take care of Black and brown communities, but it will take care of all communities. And I think the conversation around DEI right now, it's this political hot button. But if we just center humanity, which is, it seems to be a difficult thing, a difficult concept to get around because people have been historically forgotten and pushed aside for centuries, then there is no such thing as DEI. It is just quality care. And so what we are going to advocate for at Cradle Indy is quality care. I think saving babies is something that everyone of every political party, of every way of life can get behind. It's not a political argument. It is something that's going to make our community better. And when we have this crisis happening, and it is a crisis, a maternal death and infant death crisis in Indiana and in Marion County, we have to come together as a community. So if we have to change the words of how we talk about it, that's fine. I've never been a fan of DEI terms anyway. But we have to serve those that need it.
Do you think people, especially those who are in power, are they against fundamentally? And I'm not asking you to get in their head, but do you feel like it's a fundamental, like, no, Black and brown families don't need anything more? Do they not even hear that portion, or are they just lost with the DEI words, as you said?
I think if there are people out there that fundamentally believe that some people deserve less than others, it is a small percentage. I think the large majority of Hoosiers care about people, and the division comes from rhetoric. The division comes from the political moment. Everything is so connected and so complex. If you take one thing out of the equation and try to solve for that one thing, it's easy to latch onto, well, we need to do this and we need to do that. Many times the solutions are never going to be that simple. So
what I hear from you is that the DEI words and terminology is a distraction from the overall or the underlying issue.
Absolutely. We need to do the work. And if we can't say we're going to serve this community or we're going to serve that community, and we say we're going to serve a certain geographical zip code, then we can do that work. Black families, if you look at the data, are disproportionately represented in certain outcomes. So are rural families. How do we solve those issues? Those are two separate communities that are suffering from the same issue. We can't solve them in the same ways. And so if we just tackle the issues as they come, we're going to be serving our communities the way that we need to.
Is there, for people who want to help, whether it be with dollars or with resources, volunteers, how can they join in this fight with you?
So absolutely. There's going to be multiple ways for people to get involved. Again, this is a community-wide issue. So first, we are going to have the opportunity to donate on our website, cradleindy.org. We also would like to have storytelling ambassadors. And so we have a program that will encourage and guide folks to gather stories, talk to your mothers, talk to your sisters, talk to dads. As to your point earlier, a lot of time dads are forgotten in this story. Such a critical piece. Just really quick, one of the things that I'm really passionate about is mental health. And mental health around the time of pregnancy is extremely vulnerable. Lots of folks have had traumatic birth experiences that they don't even realize have been so traumatic on their lives and will forever affect them. Who is the person who is closest to a mom that understands something is not quite right? This might be a little bit more than the baby blues. This is something that is a red flag. If dads don't know what to look for, then they're not going to be sounding the alarm when they could be. It's our number one advocate. And so we can't forget about dads. And again, telling the story is half the battle, because if we know each other's stories, then we're going to be more in tune to say, oh, you know what I heard? You can call Cradle and you can get these resources. And then finally, we want to be able to activate and empower folks within a community. So we're going to have a community bridge program where faith leaders, salon owners, childcare providers, or anyone in the community that wants to activate and become a childbirth expert, or at least a source for referrals, can go through our programming, get paid to be able to guide families to the right resources.
And I know we're gonna hear at the event tonight from some families who've received some of the services through Cradle Indy. What might we hear from them?
What I continue to hear is that getting the right resources at the right time is a lifeline, especially for the communities that are most vulnerable. You don't know what you don't know, and you don't know where to get help when you finally realize that you need the help. And so being that lifeline is the purpose that Cradle, it's the reason we're here.
Give that information one more time for people who want in any way, shape, or form to be connected to Cradle Indy.
So if you want to donate, you can go to cradleindy.org and there's a donate button on the website. But if you'd like to be connected to our network, please directly email us info@cradleindy.community.
info.cradleindy.community. Community. All right. Dr. Nicole Carey, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us and sharing all of these resources. I would hope that at some point that maybe this is even information that they can give families even before they leave the hospital, and that they're giving to them at the doctor's office when they're having their visits, to know that these are all the resources in Marion County. I think that'd be something awesome for people to have. All right. More of Fox 59 tonight is coming up after this.